Who should be the favorites in the NFC North now?
Not the Green Bay Packers. Look, if I have to pick, I'll take Detroit because I think top to bottom, they're the best team. The Bears have a special defense. Now, neither one do I like as a Super Bowl contender, really, because I don't believe in their quarterbacks. But the one team that has a quarterback, the Green Bay Packers, I really don't believe in the rest of the team. I think that they were exposed versus the Eagles in two respects. What did I say about Tomlin? Run the ball, stop the run.
Yeah.
I don't care how much the game has changed. You got to win at the line of scrimmage, got to be able to run the ball, got to stop the run. And I thought the Packers guys were exposed as a team that has problems stopping the run and on offense, problems running the ball. And so what you see from the Packers is a glorified version of what we're used to. Like, oh, no, now it's different. Rodgers has weapons. Not really. He has a pretty good receiving core. Some guys, like, but no real stars. And on defense, oh, this is a different defense. The Packers defense, not if they can't stop the run. So I see more of the same from the Packers. Rodgers going to have to be perfect to do anything. And the other two teams I don't believe in because of the quarterbacks, but at least top to bottom, especially when I look at Detroit, I see a more complete team.
Well, first of all, I don't blame you for saying that about Detroit. I was impressed with what I've seen from them thus far this season. I think Matt Patricia's doing a good job. I think that they're coming along nicely. We'll see what they have, and I'm still not sold. I'm not a believer because, again, all of these years, they've never won a playoff game with Matthew Stafford as their quarterback. I'm still going to go with the Green Bay Packers, and I'm going to go with them by default. I'm going to go with them because their defense, as horrible as they've looked recently, or at least last week against the run per se, what I would say to you is that the defense is still vastly improved compared to what it was in years past. So ultimately what we're doing is we're coming back to Aaron Rodgers, that bad brother. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If you think for 1 second that him completing 62.3% of his passes, all right, 6 touchdowns, just 1 interception, a QBR 56. If you think for 1 second that that's going to last with Aaron Rodgers, that's blasphemous, okay? He does not deserve that. The greatness of Aaron Rodgers demands, it's not a request, it's a demand. It demands the benefit of the doubt. He's Aaron freaking Rodgers. He'll figure it out, okay? It's 4 games into the season. You got 3/4 of the season to go. And by the way, what is this competition? A franchise in the Detroit Lions that have been allergic to, let me finish, that have been allergic to prosperity. You got a Chicago Bears defense that's all world. Last time I checked, Aaron Rodgers already beat them this year, okay, because they open the season, beating Minnesota and Chicago to start the season. Chicago's defense, all world, no question about it. Offensively, damn it, I don't give a damn that Trubisky was hurt. When he played, he looked hurt half the time, for crying out loud. I ain't sold on Trubisky. And then you got the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, which Minnesota Vikings are we talking about? As good as they are defensively, they ain't the defense that they were 2 years ago. Number 2, even though Dalvin Cook, they're a different beast when he's on the field because this is a bad brother. Make no mistake about it. They still got Kirk Cousins. You got receivers like Thielen talking about we gotta pass the ball. We got to figure out a way to pass the ball. Can't just rely on a run. Can't think that the running game is going to be up there giving us 150 yards a night every Sunday. Whether you've got a wide receiver who needs the quarterback to throw him the football in order to be effective, calling out the damn offensive passing game.
Be running the ball 150 yards if they know the quarterback can't throw down the field.
And all I'm saying to you, so by default, because of Cousins, question marks about Cousins, question marks about Trubisky, question marks about Detroit's offense altogether, I'm looking at it from the standpoint, I'm rolling with Green Bay because you're asking me to bet against Aaron Rodgers. For that in the NFC North? Hell no.
Right,
I'm rolling with Aaron Rodgers.
Because I watched that Lions game very closely. A lot of lead changes
this is a difficult question because this is the best division of football right now, right?
Yeah.
It is.
But there's also the reality that this is how much a singular play or two can change the narrative of a football team. Because the Lions are 2 plays away because the tie in Arizona and the 4th and 8 conversion by Patrick Mahomes from being a 4-0 football team. And the narrative around them being completely different. If I had to take one team right now, it would be the Detroit Lions. Let's look at it because football, in many ways, you get 53 guys. It's a question of who's got the most talented football team. Guys, the Lions have the most talented football team top to bottom in that division. If you look at an offense that is more complete at skill players, they've got Galladay, they've got Marvin Jones, and they've got Hawkinson. No one else in the division could put those 3 guys up against. Green Bay's got Devontae Adams, who's a great player, hurt right now, but that's all they have. And Chicago has a couple of nice pieces, but not as complete as those
Minnesota, but they don't have a guy throwing to them.
Correct.
Good,
not the guy that's throwing to him. Then they add in Kerryon Johnson. You know what Matthew Stafford has this year that he's never had? A run game. He's never had the run game that he's had. I would say that the Lions have the best offensive line, one of the best in football right now, and certainly did the best in the division. Who's got the best secondary right now in the division? The Detroit Lions. Who's got one of the best pass rushes in that division? Well, Chicago and Green Bay, but that Lions pass rush is just as good. You use the phrase complete football team. Because the Packers and Bears aren't complete right now.
But that's
they're
what I was
so
ask.
dependent.
What I was going to ask, because that's why the Lions, top to bottom, are the most complete team.
football team.
And that includes the quarterback position. Like Kirk Cousins, you have certain questions about or answers that that Stafford you feel better about. But what about the fact that at least Green Bay is very special in a key area, quarterback? At least the Bears, you can say in a certain area, are elite. Identity they can hang their hat on this defense. It's ferocious.
Because my challenge to that would be, at some point, those guys are not going to be at their best. At some point, the Bears are going to have a bad game, and they're going to have to turn to their offense and go, you got to bail us out. And right now, they haven't done it this year. At some point, Rodgers, and I would say that the strength of the Packers this year, even a quarter in, has been that defense. So,
well, allow me to come back at you. First of all, you're talking about the stout Lions defense.
Correct.
What do they rank against the pass? Like 23rd?
No, they're the number one ranked secondary in football.
Excuse me, I'm looking at
number one ranked secondary in football.
I'm looking at this right now. We're talking about the Detroit Lions. Am I correct?
Correct.
I want to make sure I'm
Don't look
reading
at
this.
pass yards per game because that's a skewed stat.
Okay, all right. They're ranked. Okay, they're the 20th ranked defense. They're 26th against the pass. They're 23rd against the rush. But fair enough, okay? I'm going to come to you with this. I recall them having a lead against the Arizona Cardinals, and a rookie.
Right.
A rookie.
Got hot.
He got hot. Oh, he got hot. That's your explanation for a rookie playing his first NFL game. He got hot.
What's your explanation for the Packers offense being pedestrian?
Excuse me. A rookie head coach and Aaron Rodgers trying to figure it out.
Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.